Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21 as the Baltimore Orioles. Last season we did make the playoffs, but I'm unfortunately have to inform you we did not win a championship. We had some pitching issues last season, and I think that's what we're going to spend a fair bit of the offseason dealing with. Um, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to quickly see if it's time to start promoting some people. Jose Ramirez, we have very little detail on. We did hire a new scout. I'm willing to let you both play another season in the minors. Victor Salinas can maybe be promoted, but I also am not that fussed by it. Tim Locke, you are the only good pitching prospect, so I need to take control of you. And I think you've pitched well enough to earn a promotion to A-ball. So they're going to pitch an A-ball this season. John Rivera. You are listed as a pitcher. That's not the stats I need to see. Thank you. You hit pretty well. And you repeated the league and you hit okay last season. I think you've also earned a promotion to full season A. And I don't care what you guys do with the rest of them. You'll figure it out. Dan Meggs, you got your ass blasted in A-ball. I'm actually going to kick you down to rookie ball, and I'm going to let you try to get better. Luis Amaya, you keep improving at each step of the way, which is very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and let you join the A-ball league. Now, Juan Ocasio, you did get better, but you also got hurt. So I'm going to give you a promotion to high A because it's not that big a difference, but I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with you. Danny Moreno, you have nothing left to learn in A-ball. In fact, I'm going to have you skip high A. I'm going to let you play in double A. And we're going to see if you can handle that. And I think you might be able to. The one hole in your game is you're still not a great fielder. But look at these abilities you have, my friend. I'll make you a DH if I have to. We also have Matthias Lonzin. I think you're ready for a promotion to AAA. And then everyone else is doing their thing. I think Sean Dozier is going to make the Major League roster this season. I don't even remember acquiring you. It looks like I've had you for a while. Oh, this is OSA because I don't actually have a head scout yet. I made an offer to one, but I haven't actually hired him yet. Right. Then I'd better wait until we get a head scout before I make any other player decisions. So, of course, I just get the minor league hitting coach. Let us also increase our ticket prices. Make the owner a bit happier. I got my new bench coats, my Kevin Mahop. Give me my scouting director, damn it. Thank you. And finally, Daniel Corona wins his first gold glove. Well earned. I'm honestly surprised he doesn't earn more of them. But it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to immediately go to scouting. I'm going to tell you, don't send me your stupid nonsense. And then I'm going to go ahead and track everything with my new scout. Okay, perfect. You actually like Amaya less? Or you like Amaya more, but you like Moreno less? And I guess that's fair because he's not really picking up defense very well. How have his stats been in the minors? Like, he was an objectively terrible center fielder. He was real bad. And I'm hoping that at some point he'll be less bad. So let's check out our arbitration issues. First is Joe Sprague. And as helpful and as good as Joe Sprague has been in the past, last season was the worst season of his career, and his home run rate shot up. I don't think I can keep him. Like, maybe I'm overreacting to one season. But, I mean, he had the same BABIP in 2026 and still kept the ball down more. His walk rate was up. I think he's on his decline phase. I'm going to go ahead and non-tender him. Mike Reese, you're still very useful. Can I get you to sign a bit of a longer deal? No. I don't mind giving him a raise. There we go. 1.3 million. Who says no? You do. Okay. He's make a little more as an arbitration amount, but I'll keep him around. Clay Fisher, you know what? You've earned a $750,000 contract. I've got to make a choice here, and I'm going to be honest, it's a pretty easy one. And it's Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, I'd like to offer you $5 million. You say no to that. How about a bit over 6 then? You'll take that. Okay. I'm going to trade Mike. I'm not keeping him. I know he's been an excellent player for us, but he's too limited. And his home run power, this is not 20 home run power. I need to trade him while he's still worth a lot and hope that we get something good for him. And we're going to focus on any player whatsoever. We've got a lot of holes we could potentially fill. I do like Jeremy Hunt, but I don't like his movement. He's a borderline starter. Rocky Bernal is a starter. Why is he being used as a reliever? I'm going to take him. Unless I find someone who's equally as good. Yeah, just give me Rocky right now. And I'm going to see if I can get you to offer me something else too. Like maybe a couple of prospects, but... Yeah, this guy's a starter. And I know he maybe doesn't look like one, but he is. And it's ridiculous of you to make him into a reliever. I wouldn't mind this guy too, actually. Would you give me both of them? No, must be joking. Okay. But Mr. Amavisca. No. Alright. Tim Rose. Just got drafted. Okay. Bobby Dunaway. He wants a little bit more. I think this is probably good. And the game is just not quite sure how to handle it. You know what? Raul here. How about that? Try to just get 2 players. I'm going to sim ahead 1 day. And they take it. I'm going to accept it. Set him as a starter, please. Yeah, he's a perfectly acceptable starting pitcher. I don't know why he was ever considered a reliever. I'm going to put him immediately on the main roster. I'm going to take a quick scan of, okay, our 40-man roster list. Stack, I'm going to waive you to free up a spot. Especially if I don't bring back Murphy, I'm going to need Gonzalez. Jose Delgado, I don't want to get rid of you just yet. Or Carrillo, really. So I've got 5 spots on the 40-man. And one of those is going to Sean Dozier. And again, I'm going to put him on the main roster, too. I guess I can't. That's fine. I'll keep him in AAA for now. And then I think I'll save the other 40-man games, unless there's someone, like, truly exceptional. I think I'll save the rest of these for... No. I don't think I can keep this player on my roster and ever promote him. With that movement, being an extreme fly ball pitcher, I'm going to see if I can get any offers for this. Because I am not keeping him. There is no power on earth that would convince me to have him on my roster. Because he's going to get lit up. And it's not going to be pretty. We're actually getting a lot of interesting offers for this kid. People must really like him. I could bring back Nolan Arenado. Huh. Maybe. How was third base last season? Oh no, we got our dude Perdomo. I don't really need help in the offense, if I'm honest. I mean, I could maybe use... Yeah, I really need prospects. I don't actually need starters unless they're pitchers. So I'm going to go for prospects, please. And I'm going to see what kind of prospect offers I get. Juan Maldonado is better than this guy is. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. I've really got to use a 40-man spot on him. I'm just going to instantly trade him and see if I can get a better prospect. I can get a very interesting third baseman. You're a very strange player. But I kind of like it. Actually would prefer him. I'll even give him a 40-man spot because you're such a weird dude. Like, worst case scenario, you're a pretty decent DH. I'm going to shift you over the first. I'm going to set your game strategy, and I'm going to want you to play it first. I'm going to see if you can develop any skill at first base. Because you clearly can't handle third. I'm going to have you just play in AAA all season. And we're going to see how you turn out. But you're a very intriguing player. I like that about you. I'd forgotten about you. Silver Slugger for Adley Rushman and Daniel Cabrera. That's incredibly reasonable. I approve. Oh, alright, these two contracts. I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to spend money for a premium closer, I'm going to spend money for a premium closer. I.e., not you. Sean Murphy, you actually want to take a bit of a pay cut and you're still a good catcher. I am more than happy to bring you back for one more season. Until another catcher really catches my eye. Carter Young, you were a very nice addition to this team for the short time I had you. And maybe second base is one of those areas I need to upgrade in. But then again, there's nothing wrong with Robert Moore. He just got hurt. And if he hadn't been hurt, like, I don't want to get caught in another Luis Garcia situation. And if we compare these two gentlemen, I mean, Carter Young is clearly a better hitter. I don't think there's any dispute of who the better hitter is. Speed's about the same. Carter Young is also the better second baseman. I guess we can at least talk to Carter and see what he wants as a new contract. Absolutely not. I don't even know why I bothered checking. Ricky Perez, I want you to be a Baltimore Oriole forever. I wouldn't mind bringing back Luciano, but I'm sure I can't afford him. I can't. Oh well. I am otherwise happy with the other salary arbitration moves. Fans liked Vasquez, and the fans liked Mike Reese too. I got all of my arbitration issues dealt with. That's lovely. Sean Murphy's coming back. You know what? I'm going to shortlist Ricky Perez. I just kind of want to see if someone else ends up signing him. Because that'd be pretty funny if they did. And then no one wanted Tim Stack. I'm not shocked. We're going to sim up to free agency filings. Yeah, Elvis Luciano is instantly one of the best. Yeah, those are two of the best of the best. Hey, Luis Garcia. Oh dear, the years have not been kind to you, my friend. I mean, you had a pretty decent season for Cincinnati, but yikes. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to target in free agency. First, let's review the roster we've got now. Honestly, with the Dozier, and Bernal, I kind of feel okay about our rotation with these five. Like Andy Neal, he is what he is, and I'm probably going to have him on a short leash. And Elijah Wood is just not very good. Whatever. Bullpen could be better. I think I could use like a big name closer and maybe make Mike Reese like a setup guy. Or a stopper. First base I'm entirely happy with. Second base may be an upgrade. Left field may be an upgrade. I would say a reliever is priority number one. And how long did Andy Neal pitch in the minors? He had a full season to do it, right? Yeah, I don't really think sending him to the minors is going to do us much good. I think Ethan Wood needs to go. In fact, I'm going to trade him and see if I can salvage something out of him. He's just not very good. Poor Elijah Wood, but it is what it is. I'd rather have a player that has a bit more of a future. Like Chris Murray. I will happily take this player if I can't find a better one. There's some relief pitchers in here. John Hardwick is a pretty fair hitter at right field. But I genuinely think that Chris Murray is the better choice. Look, I get that he's actually a first... He is actually a first baseman, though. You really don't want Juan Maldonado. Well, I have a counteroffer for you. Shut up. In a reliever, I'd take this. Even bad control isn't the end of the world if you have outstanding stuff, and he definitely does. You know what? We're going to take a flyer on him. I'm sorry the fans don't like losing Ethan Wood, but I don't like having a pitcher that's that terrible. Here's what I'm thinking. We get a one-year starter, maybe. Because Bernal never got to pitch in AAA, and I'd almost like to see him pitch in AAA as a starter before I rush him. I'm thinking he is 27. But we might look at a starter. But I think relief is where we really need some help. And that's about it. Like, I'll look at some of the other players, but I have a feeling that relief is where I'm going to want the most help. And then a pitcher like Jeremy Hunt falls into your lap. I don't like the movement, though. I could bring in Mookie Betts as a 38-year-old. I can't think of a stupider decision to make. Junior Fernandez might be just the ticket. Do I have any big contracts coming up where I need to worry about? Oh, hello, Daniel Cabrera. Oh, Daniel. I love Daniel Cabrera. I legitimately think he's a fantastic player. I am not paying him $45 million. Dude. No. I wish you the very best of your career if this is the last time that I have you on my team. Uh, you are utterly delusional. Just so delusional. We might talk again, like, around the middle of the off season, but oh my lord. Wow. You're kind of high, my dude. No one else looks like is coming up and wanting a nice big arbitration payday. What about Mr. Dongo? So maybe that's Danny Moreno's future. Maybe Danny Moreno becomes the new designated hitter. I don't know. So I can open up the pocketbook a little bit more than normal, which is great, obviously. I could bring back Luciano. Like, having a dominant second starter to back up Jack Leiter and taking pressure off of everyone else is really good. Because, I mean, I can find bullpen help for cheap. Are you what I'm looking for? Do I want you for like a 3-year deal? I had never intended on keeping him. But he just makes the rest of my team so much better. Let's do this. 5-year deal with 2 team options. Because here's what I'm thinking. This does lock me in for an awful lot of money. But he's such a good pitcher. Like, he's really, really good. And I'm going to have an easier time replacing a Daniel Cabrera than I would finding another starter of his caliber. So I'm going to make this offer. And if he doesn't take it, that's fine. I can find someone of approximately the same value and pay a little bit less for him. But I'd rather have another excellent starting pitcher than Daniel Cabrera. And that's just how I feel about it. And it's not because I don't like Daniel Cabrera. It's because he's completely and utterly delusional. Let's go ahead and sim forward a bit. Let's activate some people. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to get Brendan Hirschauer back, aren't I? I'd forgotten about you. Maybe I don't need any bullpen help. Huh. And Luciano took the deal. Okay. I'm done in free agency. I got what I wanted. I have a number 2 starter now. Brandon Hendrick is starting to decay ever so slightly, but he's still very affordable and he's still been very solid. And this gives me the flexibility to send like Rocky Bernal to AAA and let him pitch in AAA and see if we can't improve his ratings a bit. Because I love Rocky Bernal, and I think he's got all the potential in the world to be a nice 4th or 5th starter, but I need him to actually start, which he hasn't done in a few years. So I'm going to go ahead and say, set game strategy. I'm going to force you to be a starter. I'm going to put you in AAA to start the season. There we go. That'll give you some time to improve, and then when I do bring you back, you're going to be ready. So our opening day rotation is most likely going to be Leiter, Luciano, Hendricks, Dozier, and Neal. Alex Press, I don't know what to do about you. I do know what to do with you. I put you in AAA. And I find another pitcher for the bullpen. Pitchers do I have right now? I have 13. I can probably live with actually just this rotation. And we can find some other players to fill other specific slots I might need. Yeah, I am completely fine with this offseason. I had no intention of keeping him, but he was frankly too cheap not to keep. I will always vote for Bartolo Colon. Edwin Encarnacion, meh. I kind of like Nelson Cruz. Yasmani Grandal, no. Felix Hernandez, Matt Holliday, Kenley Jansen, maybe. Where is he on the all-time save list? I wish the game would actually tell you that, so I didn't have to look it up in other areas, but Clayton Kershaw, no doubt about it. I'll toss another vote to Joe Mauer and Andrew McCutchen. Buster Posey. Joey Votto, for sure. I've got 3 more spots. I guess I can vote for Yadier Molina. I do like me good catchers. And other than that, I don't know who else I'd actually vote for on this ballot. I guess Kenley Jansen maybe, because I know he was a pretty good closer for a long time. Chris Sale, I think he's got a fair case. And Adam Wainwright, why not? Submit the ballot. Oh, you can make a sortable list. That's pretty cool. The only thing I wouldn't mind adding to this roster, if we could find like a cheap middle infielder. And I'm not even looking for anything dramatic. What I'm basically looking for is someone who can handle the infield pretty well, and in case Robert Moore gets hurt again, leaves me without any issues. Alan Cordoba is not that guy. Nick Madrigal, he only plays second. Nick Senzel plays second and third. I wouldn't mind bringing him back as kind of a nice bat off the bench slash replacement. Alright, I'm going to use a filter. I'm going to clear the filter I've got now. I'm going to make a new one. Alright. Choose. Fielding ratings. Fielding a primary position must be at least 50. And position is not first base. There we go. Willie Adams only plays short. Cordoba plays second. Okay. But I can get Senzel for the same price. I think Senzel's actually a better fit. The only thing I'd like more would be if someone could also handle a bit of short. But you know what? Senzel's not terrible. And he fills 2 potential roles in case someone gets hurt. I'm going to offer him a contract. Perfect. $1.5 million to fill a hole and basically just be there in case somebody gets hurt. Anyone left that I want to protect from the Rule 5? I really don't care if someone takes Ahumada from me. He's not a very good fielder. Morales is good, but I can't see anybody taking someone in the Rule 5 that won't even be able to play. And Alvarez, again, is interesting, but he's a soft tosser. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone here that I really need to keep. Maybe my Finnish friend here, Marty. You know what? There's worse choices for a 40-man spot. And then, yeah, there's nothing else that's that exceptional. And nobody here. So, yeah, Danny Moreno might well end up getting promoted to be a designated hitter. And then Amaya could end up being the center fielder of the future. Where'd Amaya go? There he is. Oh my gosh, would you please stop setting this to OSA? You know I want my scouts ratings. I don't trust OSA. They're jerks. There we go. But I just sign someone I didn't actually... Put someone on the 40-man who's actually not very good. That would make me sad. No, I think Marty is still fine. I think this is acceptable. We might cruise the Rule 5 draft for any other players that might be helpful. Like, I think I could definitely use one more reliever. Because I think Kinsmuller is honestly probably better suited to being a hitter at this point who occasionally pitches rather than a pitcher who occasionally hits. Like, I know he's not a great hitter, but I think he's got value, more value in the infield. And as an occasional reliever than as a reliever who's an occasional hitter. But he's definitely the most replaceable of anyone, and if I can get a good reliever in the Rule 5 draft, I'll take it. And if I don't get Senzel, that's the other place I'd probably look. Alright, Rule 5 draft. Dave Jackson is extremely useful. I am very tempted to take him, actually. I will take him. Draft. You're a pretty good defensive center fielder. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put you on the 40-man because I've got spots open. That's fine. I don't think I want anyone else in the draft. Yeah, you don't actually even recommend anyone. That's fine. Because all I want from Dave Jackson is just to throw useful innings in the back of the bullpen. And he's a good ground ball pitcher, so that should also fix that issue. I'm pretty happy with that. Who's the closer this year? I honestly don't know. I'm kind of low-key thinking Chris Thomas. Chris Thomas could honestly become a starter because of the screwball. If I made you a starter, what would you look like? You drop to a 70. A possible 70 overall. You know what? I'm going to get another reliever, and I'm going to send Chris Thomas to AAA to be a starter. Like, I know he might never be perfect, and I also want to make sure that you are forced to be a starter. But that's too good. Like, he doesn't need his third pitch to be mind-blowing. He seems to be okay. And the rest of his skill set is so fantastic, I think would be wasting his potential if I didn't let him have a chance at starting. I just don't want him starting in the majors just yet. He honestly probably could replace Andy Neal. What are you making Neal into a reliever? What if I did do that? What if I made Neal into a mega reliever and let Thomas be a starter in the majors? Okay, if I convert you to a reliever, Andy Neal, you instantly become one of the best on the roster. Screw it. Chris Thomas, you're my new fifth starter. Possibly with more. Don't force the role. I will make my own decisions, thank you. Because, I mean, this gives me potentially 3 of the best starters in the majors. And it's all because Chris Thomas just learned how to throw a screwball. Man, it doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, whew. Yeah, you're not a reliever. You're a starter now. Now, the one thing I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to have him on a pitch count until he can build up his arm to the point where he can start. But he's also really young. It is an experiment, but I think it's one worth making. Yeah, and with Neal being in the bullpen, his lack of control isn't going to be as big an issue. And he was a 4th-round pick, so if he ends up being a reliever, it's not that big a loss. I still kind of want an established closer, but I don't think I can afford one. I can look. Please clear filter. Please give me relievers. Joe Jimenez is right here. And he was a damn fine closer for us before he got hurt. You know what? I'm going to offer him a chance to come back and be the closer. You would give me Mitch Keller in exchange for a bunch of players I'm never going to trade. Rejected. This next season is going to be the end of an era because I am not bringing back Daniel Cabrera. I love the guy. I really love him. I am not paying him $45 million. The fans are sad, and I guess the players liked his leadership. I'm sorry, but that's the way things have to be. When are you even supposed to be back? Oh, you're going to be back in 4 months. Okay. Once the preseason starts, I can put you on the DL. Kershaw and Jansen both made it. That's not a surprise. Votto will probably make it next year. Ooh, Hirschhauer is getting a lot, is healing up nicely. I love it. I can easily top that. I'm going to do you one better, Mr. Jimenez. I'm going to give you 3 years with 2 team options. No. You know what? Let's go and give him his 377 or 3,777,000. Drew Bowser is real good. But I'm not prepared to give up players of this caliber for a second base when my second base isn't that bad. Alright, since this has officially started, I'm going to go ahead and put him back on the 60-day DL. But I'm sure he'll actually be ready before spring training comes. I'm basically trying to keep a roster spot open for Jimenez. Here we go. Yeah, I just trust him a bit more as the closer. Maybe that'll change at some point, but for right now, he's the only reliever that consistently throws strikes other than Benoist, who isn't meant to be like a closer really. Benoist is just going to throw empty innings at the back of the bullpen. I really like our chances this season, and I did not believe that when I first started. When we started this offseason, I was like, we're going to be screwed. But we've significantly improved the bullpen. We've somewhat improved the bullpen. We've significantly improved the rotation. And it's all because of Chris Thomas. And I never anticipated him ever being a starter for us. But my dudes, if he can handle it, oh, what a find he would be. And also Sean Dozier is a nice little starting pitcher. And I'm glad that he's going to get to break the majors with the team. Our big question next offseason is going to be what to do about Daniel Cabrera. And I'm almost certainly going to make a very obvious choice. I'm probably going to offer him compensation and then take a first-round draft pick. Doug Smart is getting a little bit better. That's the other thing. Actually, I'm going to take over your development. You do not deserve to be in high A. You definitely deserve to be in double A. Because you made high A your bitch. That's a promotion. But yeah, that's the thing. As amazing as Daniel Cabrera is, and he is truly exceptional, he is not worth $40 million a year. Players of his caliber are not that difficult to find. And it sounds like I'm insulting him, and I'm not. I think he's tremendous. And if his salary demands were more reasonable, I'd think about it. But he's not worth $50 million. He just isn't. Even if I could find the salary room for him, I still wouldn't sign him for that amount. Now, maybe after we play through the season, maybe his salaries will drop. And if they do, I will be there to talk to him. But until and unless that happens, I'm just going to let him walk. Is it the end of an era? Maybe. But it has to happen. Spring training has begun, as it always does. I'm going to give Danny Moreno a shot in spring training. I think he's earned it. Jose Castillo. You're not coming back anytime soon. Otherwise, you would get a shot in spring training. Doug Smart, I can let you play a bit. Do I want to give Amaya a shot in spring training? I don't think so. I think Amaya's got to be brought along gently. Last season was the first one he displayed real power. And he's got the chance to be a franchise cornerstone for years to come. So I'm going to be very cautious with him. Very, very cautious. Hoskins and Lonson can also be called up. You know the drill. 6-man rotation for the spring, and the AI can set it up any way they like. What? Oh, Rocky Bernal is forced to be a starter, isn't he? That makes sense. You can set up all the things. And I'm going to advance through spring training. And we'll conclude, as always, by setting the lineup and the rotation and everything. Oh, beautiful. Then I'll put him on the 40-man roster. Don't be a weirdo. Game. Here. Oh, the 40-man roster is actually full. I didn't realize that. I feel silly now. Yeah, Bruce Carrillo, you're gone. I will take literally anybody with a minor league contract. Damn it. I'm just going to go ahead and designate you for assignment then. If someone wants to claim you, they can. But Hirschhauer is way more important to this team than a backup center fielder, especially when I have Danny Huaracha, who can definitely fill in as the backup center fielder. Or even Bobby Dwyer. Like, Bobby Dwyer's potential to be a pretty great fourth outfielder. So we'll figure it out. I am not concerned about filling that particular role. There we go. Off we go. Chris Thomas's stuff has dipped a bit. His potential stuff. It's actually dipped more than that. Oh, because it's as RP. Right, that makes sense. Nate Gould's a tiny bit better. Daniel Corona's a tiny bit worse. Nothing too exciting here. No big changes. Kinsmuller might just need to go. No one wanted Carrillo. He can go to AAA. Robert Moore is hurt. I don't know why. He's going to miss the start of the season. I'm starting to notice a pattern with this jackass. I'm getting real sick of it. Oh, it's 8 weeks, isn't it? Let's transfer him to the 60-day DL so I don't have to use a 40-man spot on him in case I need a new one. I like you, Robert Moore. I need you to not be hurt all the time. That is the thing I need from you. If you could fix that, that'd be great. Well, there goes my other second baseman. This is becoming quite problematic, and I think the solution is probably Nick Senzel starting the season at second base. Because it sure as shit ain't going to be Ken Smaller. Senzel can actually hit. And we're going to need to find a quality backup on the market somewhere, I think. You had a chance, my dude. You had a big chance to earn yourself a spot on this roster, and you're just like, nope, I'd rather get hurt. It was very inconsiderate of you, and I don't appreciate it. Right. Let me clear all this and clear all this, and then we're going to start making some choices. Okay. Who is definitely not making the opening day roster? Bernal. You're starting in AAA. Pitcher-wise, we have 21 of them. Okay. Castillo, you are meant to be in AA. Dozier, you're a starting pitcher. Quit tricking yourself. And Neal is a reliever. Please stop, game. What did I just tell you? There we go. Hoskins, you can go ahead and be in AAA. So where were you before? You were in AA. Yeah, you definitely need to earn your way higher than that. Lonson back to AAA. What are you doing, game? Why are you being weird? There we go. Maldonado definitely goes to AAA. Perez and Willett both go to AAA. Jimenez, I want you set as the closer. Mike Reese, you're set as the reliever. Pitcher is now down to 15. That does include Ken Smaller, but I do need to find a new home for at least one of these pitchers. I think Mr. Map. I think you can go to AAA. You can learn your craft a bit better. All right, so we've got 14 pitchers. One of them's a two-way player, so I don't mind that. Let's set the rotation. Leiter is my number 1. He always will be. Luciano is my number 2. Hendricks my number 3. Dozier my number 4. And Chris Thomas is going to be my number 5. And I'm going to put him on an 80 pitch count because he's never thrown that many innings in a season. Okay. Let's look only at relievers, please. Joe Jimenez is my closer. As for setup, like, Mike Reese has the best raw stuff on the roster. So I think I'm going to make you a stopper, and I'm going to bring you in the 7th and close games. Benoist, you're going to be my long reliever, emergency starter. And Andy Neal, you're going to be a middle reliever, long reliever. Martin Herrera, you're a specialist. Who's the second best pitcher on this roster? I think it's Hirschauer. I'm going to make you my setup in the 7th. You can be 8th in close game. And then you guys are all going to be middle relief. And then I'll adjust your usage patterns as the season progresses. Right, lineups. I got a whole bunch of people to deal with. Okay. This is what I was a bit concerned about. Glorio Gonzalez is now out of options. So if he's ever going to be a backup pitcher, it's going to be this season. I'm going to try to trade Sean Murphy. What if I ask for something else? You're really not offering me very much. Is Murphy out of options? Oh, no, he's not. But he is refused to be demoted mode. I'm going to put him on waivers, because I'm going to see if someone else wants to take him off my hands. Between Gould and Santoya, I'm going to pick Santoya. Grulone, I want you in the minors. Delgado, you only play... Oh, you play third and short. But I've got Clay Fisher. But you're out of options. Alright, well, let's do the obvious stuff. Moreno, you're going to AA. Smart... You're going to AA. Horacha, I think you can go back to AAA. And Marty, you're going to AAA. I've actually got a full roster now. Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and advance to opening day, and then I will set my lineup. Wants you to win the World Series. Well, so do I. Danny Moreno is now the #1 prospect in Major League Baseball, as is his right. How are we as a minor league system, I wonder? We're still in the top 10, but it is increasingly based on just 2 players. But let's be honest, we have been incredibly successful over the past, 10, 11 years. And yet we still have a top 10 minor league system. That speaks very highly of us. Let's check the prospect pipeline, and let's see when we think some of our people will be ready. We think Moreno and Amaya will be ready next year. We think Mathis Lawson is ready this year, and there's a few others. You really like Tim Locke for some reason. I guess I kind of see why, but he's just not that exciting to me. What was my front office task? I never even checked. Win a World Series and end with $20 million. Well, I'm not going to give you that second one. But I can definitely try to win the World Series for you. But we can't do that without a lineup. So let's get going. I think Daniel Cabrera is still our number 3 hitter. I just think he's the best choice for the job. Perdomo is starting to get worse at leading off. That's not great. Did you really? I mean, you're still the best leadoff hitter on my team. Who's going to hit second? I kind of like Santoya in the number 2 spot. I like him as someone that moves people along. Alright, done. In terms of power, we have several options. I think, honestly, it's probably best to have Adley Rutschman as cleanup again. Not Jose Delgado. I like Rutschman cleanup and then Hendrick 5th. Number 6 hitter is going to be Jose Vasquez. I think he's earned it. Number 7 will be Nick Senzel. Number 8, the Dongo. In fact, oh, Mr. Dongo. That's right. That was the name I had given him. And then finally, last but not least, my shortstop, Corona. There we go. I'm not even going to let my AI set up the backups because I think it doesn't do a great job. Mr. Gonzalez, you're going to be the backup catcher. First base is going to be Josh Roberts. Kintz Muller is an amazing second baseman, so I'm going to let him be a defensive sub. But my primary backup at second is actually going to be Muller, I think. Backup at third is going to be Delgado. And again, Delgado's such a great third baseman, I'll also make him a defensive replacement. And the backup at shortstop is going to be Clay Fisher. And I'm also going to let Clay Fisher be like the secondary backup at second base. And I'm going to put him in if starter tired. It's still going to pick Muller first, but then it'll be Fisher. In the outfield, I think it's just going to be Bobby Dwyer all the time. I see no reason not to let him be the backup at every outfield position. Perfect. How did we even get this guy? We took him in the 3rd round. That was really smart of us. He's going to be a big part of this team. And then my backup at DH is going to be probably Josh Roberts. Okay. Pinch hitters, it's going to be Roberts, then Dwyer, then I guess Delgado? Yeah, I don't really care who the other pinch hitters are because they're not going to get used very much. And then I guess Gonzalez at least has a bit of pop, so he can do that. Dwyer, you're my pinch runner. As is Clay Fisher. Okay, This is a very, very solid team. I'm going to copy this lineup. And I think the depth chart, too. Because there's only going to be one very easy change. We're just going to go boop. And then we're going to move Dwyer up as the top pinch hitter. And then Santoya is going to be the number 2. And Santoya can back up a DH. I like it. The other thing I want to start chasing in the offseason probably is I really need a new third baseman now. Because Perdomo's number one job was to be a great leadoff guy, and if he can't manage that anymore, he becomes a lot less useful to the team. But we're going to give him his fair shake. He's going to get to play out the season. Because the only other person I'd put at third would be Senzel. So maybe that's the other option, is when Moore is healthy, we put Senzel at third. But this is a pretty good lineup. We still have the heart of the order. And our biggest concern in the offseason is going to be Daniel Cabrera. Because, my dude, you've lost your bloody mind. Like, Daniel Cabrera is, no joke, a borderline Hall of Famer already. He's probably going to have to play for another 7 or 8 years to cement it. But in a lot of ways, he's been just insanely productive. But Mr. Cabrera wants so much money. It's actually gone up. He wants to get paid, and I don't begrudge him that, but he won't be getting paid on this team. I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay a designated hitter $50 million a year. No matter how amazing and consistently great he's been for our team. I just have too many other options. Including Danny Moreno, if Moreno can't learn how to play center. And I'm going to be honest with you, my friends, that seems like it's kind of likely at this point. Because remember, it doesn't keep track of career fielding stats for minor leaguers, but he has looked just awful in the field. And maybe someday he'll get better, but I think Moreno's just going to have to be one of those great professional hitters. We have Doug Smart, who's awfully good. We have Nate Gould, who could probably use a place. I could even have Gould and Santoya do something. I don't know. The point is, I have lots of options to play in place of Mr. Cabrera. I'm going to take you off of set game strategy. And I'm just going to let the AI decide where to place you. Because I don't want to keep Nate Gould from getting regular at-bats in AAA. And to be honest, he's probably earned an extended shot in the majors, given how effective he's been in the minors, and how I basically haven't given him a real shot. So that's what we're actually going to be thinking about for the seasons to come. Who's going to be the leadoff hitter of the future? Wow, Bernal, you're really trying to force the issue, aren't you? Has Dozier just been lapped? Remember, the one thing Bernal was not great at was stuff. And I think he just got better. Oh, Dozier. Nope. You just got Bernald, my dude. Roster is not full. What just happened here? What is going on? It's like I demoted someone, but then it's claiming I immediately grabbed someone? Who did I grab? What are you on about, game? There are not 27 players on the roster. There just aren't. What? I think it's made an error, and it's now counting Kins Muller twice. No, there's a new hitter here. I mean, I don't really need Muller. You can only ever have 26 players on the roster. God, sorry. I keep thinking I have 28. But yeah, they're right. Let me go ahead and promote Clay Fisher to being the backup second baseman. Pitching-wise, who's the least helpful right now? Probably Andy Neal. Don't do that. I said demote. I'm going to call up Bernal. And we're going to see how he does. He's even a lefty. That's, like, fantastic. I'm also going to put you on a pitch count. Which means I'm going to lean a little bit more heavily on the bullpen, which is fine with me. There we go. 12 pitchers and 14 players in the lineup. Poor Kins Muller. I just can't afford to spend a roster spot on him when I have so many other issues. Like third base defense. Yeah. Okay, well, friends, we've set up our rotation. We've set up our lineup. We've made some pretty positive changes to our pitching staff, and I think we're going to see a better staff. Partly because, let me be clear, I think part of it was just the weird BABIP spike. That happened last season. Maybe that'll kind of balance itself out. He still won the Cy Young Award. He's still a 6-time Cy Young. But I think overall we've got a better rotation. And one of the things I really like about this rotation now is we've got innings eaters, but even better than innings eaters, we have people who keep the ball down and who are going to be consistently throwing strikes. Leiter and Luciano have insanely great stuff. Bernal is just good. I mean, Brandon Hendricks is probably the worst starter on this team. And given how good he's been in the past, that's saying something. Lineup-wise, I think we're going to be just fine. I really do. The issue is Perdomo. I'm not sure how he's going to handle things. I find myself surprised we're bringing back Senzel, but I think it actually is going to work out okay for us. We've got lots of power up and down the lineup. On a lot of other teams, Corona Jr. would not be hitting ninth. I just don't have another place to play him. This is going to be an interesting decision at the end of the season. I don't have anyone else qualified to play shortstop, and I think he's a good enough hitter that I can afford to carry him. So I'm probably going to extend the option, and then maybe he'll opt out anyway. I'm just not sure. But this is kind of the Daniel Cabrera victory lap with the Baltimore Orioles because I'm not bringing him back. I can't. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give him the $15 million qualifying offer, and if he takes it, amazing. If he doesn't, we have to move on. And it sucks. This was such a good trade. Oh my lord, that was such a good trade. Like, some trades are win-win. This is not one of those trades. This is one of those trades where I won and they didn't. Like, Bruce Zimmerman has been an average pitcher, and he's right now he's not even in the majors anymore. This is just y'all got fleeced. Y'all got fleeced hard. And I am just over the moon. There's probably actually a much quicker way to see trades, theoretically. It doesn't actually keep track of historical transactions, in case you're curious, but I think we've got everything we need to maybe to probably almost certainly make the playoffs again, and I feel pretty good about us going deep in those playoffs. If there's anything that concerns me, and it's a minor concern, but it is a concern. I've been saying this for a couple of seasons now. We need more depth in the middle infield. Like, if Senzel got hurt, and we don't want to start Clay Fisher, it's pretty much Ahumada, who's actually a pretty bad second baseman. He's a good hitter, but he's a bad second baseman. If I wanted someone who actually didn't suck at second base, it's probably Mueller. And Mueller can't hit. If I want someone who can maybe do both, I don't know where we go. Now, maybe Victor Salinas is the future at second base. In fact, I'm quite confident that he is. And I'm going to make sure that I take over his development now. He is a tremendous baseball player. But Salinas is also a good 2 years from the majors. Is he in short season or is he in full season? Good, he's in full season A ball as he should be. The other thing that's going to happen is eventually Adley Rutschman's going to start getting worse. And I don't have a clear successor. Like, Rivera is fine. He's not a very good catcher yet. Rivera is fine. But he's not a future catcher. And I don't have a lot of depth at catcher either. So I probably need to start drafting for catchers too. Catcher and middle infield, especially shortstop. Like, Wendt, you are an outstanding fielder, and I will never in 1,000 years let you bat regularly. Anderson, you're an amazing shortstop and you can't hit. Medina, good shortstop, can't hit. Everman, good second baseman, shortstop, might be able to hit. Sort. We need more high-level prospects there. If anyone on the Orioles has a Hall of Fame spot set aside, it might be Adley Rutschman. But maybe not. Like, let's look at, because I'm pretty sure this is a thing you can do. I'm going to look at batting stats. Major League. Career. Neither Rutschman nor Cabrera are automatic Hall of Famers yet. A lot's going to depend on their decline phase. Let's change the scope back, or split back to regular season. If we go to our pitchers, Jack Leiter is awfully close. Like, if he can get into 60 or 70 WAR, which I think he'll be able to do in the next 3 to 4 seasons, I think he's a lock. This is probably the Hall of Famer I was mentioning. But I think I'm going to play until I've had a 20-season career, regardless of how successful we are. So I think that's just a thing that's going to happen. But yeah, I don't know that Jack Leiter is a Hall of Famer right this second. I think he's extremely close. But I think he's probably 2 to 3 excellent seasons away from locking that down. And then being able to enjoy a nice graceful decline phase where he just builds up stats. His strikeout numbers are pretty silly. I'm going to look all-time leaderboards, strikeouts, not for hitters, for pitchers. Nolan Ryan's obviously 5,000 strikeouts. That's really impressive. Here's Jack Leiter, though. He's 71st. And it's getting to the point where there's more Hall of Famers in front of him than there are behind him. That's pretty crazy, right? Let us look at catchers, and let's look at all-time WAR. Where does Adley Rutschman's already 15th? Maybe I'm too hard on the guy. Maybe Rutschman is a Hall of Famer already. Like, consider that Jorge Posada played until he was 39. Rutschman is 33. And he won't turn 34 until next year. As long as Rutschman can keep it going, man, I severely underestimated him. Shame on me. JT Realmuto has a real chance at being a Hall of Fame catcher, too. Damn. If we look at left field, I mean, we can compare Daniel Cabrera, but I doubt he's even in the top 20. He's 26th, and you know what? That's pretty doggone good. But it's not like he's an elite-level megastar. Yeah. Oh, Yelich, I don't think has been eligible for the Hall of Fame yet. That's why he hasn't done any better. Like, Cabrera is good. Cabrera is real good. I just don't think he's a Hall of Famer. And I don't think he ever will be either. But we'll see what happens, right? Anything's possible. What is not possible, however, is for this season to continue or for this episode to continue. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying the series. We're going to do our best to win our 5th world title. Already got 4. And remember, the record there is 7. For Joe McCarthy and Casey Stengel, both of them won 7 championships. If I play until 2040, can I win 4 more championships in 9 more years? I bet I can. Then I'll be the greatest manager in Major League history, which will be pretty exciting. If we look all time, now I understand why they don't do it because it's a lot of work, but they don't have historical manager stats that are very reliable here. But if we look at managers, because it's like the longest running manager of all time is Connie Mack, and it's not remotely close. All-time championships. It currently says me, but again, it's because the manager index only goes back so far. In terms of wins, I've got a long way to go. But I'm going to get to 1,000 wins this season, which puts me in such illustrious company as Dave Martinez. Oh, there we go. I didn't know that was possible. Look at that. Let's bask in the glory of this for right now. We took a team that lost 105 games. And we made the playoffs in 4 seasons. And we've won 4 World Series titles. And we came awfully close to winning a 5th. Ironically, the best season I've ever had is actually the season we lost. But that's okay. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.